Hi everyone, I'm the director for a New Zealand NGO called Common Knowledge Trust. And our focus, since our trust formed in 1996, has been on the skills that I and hundreds of families developed around pregnancy and childbirth in the early 1970s. And we've been online since 2000 with a resource so that people who are pregnant now can learn birth and birth coaching skills. And that's particularly important because women are being told they're not going to have any support in their birth, which is what happened to the generation before mine. Luckily, in my generation, in the early 1970s, there was a societal expectation that all expectant families learn birth and birth coaching skills, and my generation went to classes of Lamaze and Bradley method, and multiple millions of families went into births and used skills so that we could cope and manage better. However, here we are at the days of the coronavirus, and I'm a natural health practitioner and have been for 50 years. And so, like many of us, I'm following what is happening and what is it that we can possibly do about it. Yesterday, I was on day 6 of feeling that I do have this coronavirus. I can't get tested here, and New Zealand's now on lockdown. Tests are just being available. But I've learned in my research that it takes between 1 and 7 days for the results to come through. So we have between 1 and 7 days. So what is the official advice about the coronavirus? So the official advice to try to prevent contagion, we all know. We can recite it in our dreams. Wash your hands thoroughly, avoid touching your face, cover your nose and mouth with your elbow if you sneeze or cough, and use social distancing between yourself and others. So that's the official advice to try to prevent it, which is absolutely fine. And the other one is to clean surfaces. So the question is it only our food surfaces where this virus can lurk? Can the virus be here, or can it be on the chair? Can it be on the keyboard? Can it be on the rug, on my bedding, in my hair, on my glasses? Where is this virus on surfaces? So when we're told to clean surfaces, how exactly do we clean every surface? So we have questions. We are doing things that have no proof. And why are we doing them? And that's the most important thing. We are doing them because every little bit helps. Okay, that's what's important. Every little bit helps. And in the description of this video is an absolutely brilliant article by the BBC about masks. What have you been told? They work, they don't work? And this article goes through why some people in some countries wear them and why people in other countries don't wear them. And they also talk about what we're learning, which is that almost half of the people who are tested positive for this virus appear to be asymptomatic. Now, I personally don't think they're asymptomatic. I believe they're not paying attention to the symptoms that they have because those symptoms are familiar. And so they just ignore them like we all do. Oh, I wasn't quite feeling too well, and so I let it go. And with this virus, the difficulty is that for some people, 2% of the people who are symptomatic, they then go into an autoimmune reactivity, which is called a cytokine reaction. And those are the ones that end up on ventilators, and those are the ones that can potentially die. So why are some people using masks in countries and some people not using masks? And it falls under this category that's called every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. There will never be evidence-based double-blind studies about this. None of this is proven. No one knows. So I am me. I don't want to die. I don't want my kids to die. I don't want my grandchildren to die. I don't want my friends to die. In fact, I don't want us to get moderately ill, which apparently from every story I've read is really, really, really sick. And we don't want people to have that cytokine reaction, autoimmune reaction, and end up on ventilators, which is overwhelming the medical profession. So every little bit helps. So doing these official prevention things is every little bit helps. But this is the comment that the officials have. So let me get this up about. Let me just find it. Sorry. All right, so this is the official advice. If you feel unwell, stay at home, good plan, self-isolate, great. If you have a fever, cough, or difficulty breathing, do not go to the hospital. Well, how does that make you feel? Absolutely terrified, because they're saying you socially isolate so people like me don't get sick. But what do I do if I feel unwell? If you feel unwell, what do you do? And this is where our NGO has come up with this list. So let me get rid of these. And here's the list. So yesterday I was in day 6. So throughout the time that I have not felt well, I have persistently gargled with warm salt water 3 to 5 times a day. Persistently. Sometimes I've used diluted lemon juice. If you want to use mouthwash, go ahead and do it. If they're over-the-counter gargles, do it. I've also cleaned inside my nose. I have a neti pot. If you don't have a neti pot, then just take salt water and sniff it up your nose like that. Because that's where the virus breeds, in the back of the nose and throat. And that's why people are asymptomatic. Because a lot of people just have allergies, they have stuffed noses, they get colds, whatever. Okay, so cleaning that area flushes the virus, right? So I have only been eating warm foods, drinking warm foods. And when my mouth is dry, I sip warm water. And it's really, really important that you understand it. I've been sucking herbal lozenges as well, and fresh ginger, warm drinks have been really, really important. At the end of the day, I've been showering and getting clean. And then last night, day 6, because this is when it becomes dangerous. People are asymptomatic or very little symptoms, and then they get really, really, really sick. They get that cytokine or autoimmune reaction. And last night, because I have exercise-induced asthma, and I've had open heart surgery, and I'm over 70, so I'm in that risk category. So last night, I started to feel an oppression in my chest. And it caused me to feel really quite panicky. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm an hour and a half from the nearest hospital. What am I supposed to do? Do I want to go in the hospital? It's in the middle of the night. Who am I calling? What am I doing? So I wandered around through my lozenges. I had a lozenge that had a strong menthol flavor. I took it, inhaled it in my nose, and then I thought, I have Vicks Vapor Rub. I don't use Vicks Vapor Rub, but boy, I had it. I don't know why. And so what I did, rubbed it on my chest, didn't do anything. Put it in my nose, and then I put some on some tissue. And then I blocked one nose and breathed it in until I felt that it had penetrated that side of the lung. Then I did it on the other side. And I've seen pictures of autopsies of this virus. People get white in their lungs. So the cytokine response causes their lungs to flood with fluid. And when I breathed in and kept breathing in, I actually felt, real or imagined, the virus said to me, I hate strong odors. That can be imagined. Don't care. Every little bit helps. And that's what this article about wearing masks or not wearing masks will tell us. Every little bit helps. This to-do list, we don't know if it works. Every little bit helps. So for me, when I did this, I had this sensation that the Vicks was in my body, stopping the virus from causing this reaction in my lungs. I then had to spend a lot of time blowing out my mouth because I felt that the virus had died and the waste products of the virus had to go out. So I just blew it out my mouth and kept blowing it out my mouth. I then had a really good sleep. And I'm on day 7 today. And I'm feeling heaps better. I did clean out my nose again. I did gargle with salt water again. It's early morning. I will drink warm foods. And I have a tissue here with some Vicks. And I do that periodically. But it doesn't feel as potent as it did last night because my lungs, when I imagine them now, feel clear. They feel fine. I still feel weak. I still feel tired. I don't want to go out and exercise. I'm going to stay home. It's a change of season. It's getting to be autumn here in New Zealand. The weather's not particularly good. So I'm going to take care of myself. And I just want everyone to know we have a choice. We can listen to people who say natural remedies don't work, they're not proven. No, they're not, right? Nor is cleaning one surface over another. Nothing's proven. Wearing masks, not proven. So you have a choice, just like I have a choice. And you know what my choice is? Every little bit helps. So that means one of the things we have to do is to share those every little bits. And that's what our New Zealand NGO is sharing with you about this. Now, I'm going to give a pitch to all of you who are pregnant or all of you who know pregnant women. You absolutely need to be skilled at this point. This is not about achieving a natural birth or a home birth or any kind of birth, and it never has been. Since the 70s, when my generation became skilled using Lamaze and Bradley, we were going into the hospitals with a lot of medical care. It is about you coping better, managing, dealing with, working through, handling, staying on top of, and feeling in control. No different than every little bit helps. Can we prove that skills work at births? Yes, when we are skilled and we have an activity to do, we feel better. Come on, every little bit helps, and it doesn't have to be proven. So if you know a pregnant woman or a family that's expectant, we encourage them to use our resource because the skills were developed by fathers and mothers, and I've carried them forward for 50 years. However, there's Lamaze, Bradley, hypnobirthing, hypnobaby, calm birth, birthing within, any other skills-based method. We absolutely must grow a skilled birthing population. So tell your family and friends and pass it on through social media. We can't be this scared because if we're this scared, we get paralyzed. We can't do that. We have to take action because every little bit helps. So, thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Please spread this. This will be on our Facebook page, and I'll get it up into our playlist on YouTube at Birthing Better Childbirth Preparation. I never thought that I would move out of childbirth stuff and into virus stuff, but here we are. Because every little bit helps. So pass on what you know that helps. See you later. Probably talk to you tomorrow. I'm day 7 of having this virus, and I've been told, listening to stories, that about day 10, you start to feel better. But it's day 6, 7, and 8 where people either are going to combat this within their body or they will develop this allergic reaction, autoimmune reaction, and get very sick. You don't want that to happen. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.